All right, you guys, I love this plate. There's like a smaller size, so I'm wondering if I got this and maybe a smaller one, and I found something to make a little tray. That would be so pretty. All right, so I'm gonna go to the candle section and see if I can find something to make like a good base in between the two plates. I love putting together a tray because it's such a quick and easy DIY. So I'm gonna add some E6000 to the bottom half of my glass, and then I'll put some on the top as well, and then add the smaller plate. I'm gonna let this completely dry, and this is a gorgeous tray that I put together. So I'm definitely drawn to the wood items right now. I love this little bowl for $1.50. Definitely needs some work, but I think we could bring it back to life. So I'm going to start by sanding this bowl. There was some black marks on it, so I wanted to make sure I got off most of the black marks before I continued. I also went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed a fine tip paint pen. I didn't have one that was a fine tip, so I wanted something that was a fine tip for this project. I also grabbed one in white. For this bowl, I wanted to add some fun geometric shapes, nothing too difficult. So I started by just adding a row of X's across this bowl, and this paint pen worked perfectly for this project. Then I just had fun with it. I went in and added some squares, and then I put some triangles on top and created some lines, did some more different geometric patterns, and I kept adding until I liked the way it looked and enjoyed the final look. And in the end, this was just like a really quick and fun project to do, and I love the way it turned out. I picked up these two vases. This one is priced at $3, and this one does not have a price, so I'm assuming it was like $1 or $2. I thought they made a really cute grouping. So these really don't need much work done to them except for paint. So I picked up 2 spray paints at Walmart, and I'm simply just going to spray paint both of them with 2 coats of spray paint. Now to fill these, I have this tall grass that's kind of in its wintering stage out in my yard. So I went out and I just trimmed off this tall grass, and that's what I'm going to be using to fill the vase. And I think these look so great sitting out. There's no need to spend full price on a vase like this when you can redo it so simply at the thrift store. Every time I shop at the thrift store, I always check the frames. You can get such great deals on frames and create your own artwork, or you can put in pictures or whatever you want to do. The thrift store is definitely the way to go for frames. I found this really cute frame and I'm gonna pick it up for an art project. So I started by spray painting the frame with a flat black spray paint. Once that had a chance to dry, I came back in with just some gold enamel paint. I'm going to use this enamel paint as a highlight. So I'm simply going to brush it around to the edges of my piece, and then I'm going to come back in and wipe it off with a paper towel. I don't want to have too much gold paint. I just want it to be a really subtle highlight. So I really wanted to do a joint compound wall art. So I grabbed a piece of foam board from Dollar Tree. Then I drew a line with a pencil to mark where the frame sat. Then I used some painter's tape to mark out where the edges would be so that I had a nice crisp line when it came to my wood filler. So this was my first time doing a project like this, so I did experiment with it. Now I went with a wood filler over like a plaster because I felt like the wood filler might be a lot stronger. The problem is it was a little too thick, so I actually had to come in with some water and mix some water with it. Once I did that, it was a lot more easy to manage and move the putty around. The other problem with using this nail filler is it wasn't white. It didn't dry white. And so I did have to paint it with multiple colors. So I think if I was gonna do it again, I would probably use a plaster. So I'm just trying to get it smoothed out. Next, I just made a fun pattern with a putty knife just to give it a little bit more texture. Then I came in and I removed the painter's tape. The reason I added the painter's tape was to give me a nice crisp line around the edges, and I definitely like the look of that, so I would repeat that in the future. Now I gave this 24 hours to dry. Then I came back in with a matte spray paint and I ended up doing, I believe, 3 coats to get this completely white. Then to attach it, I'm just going to hot glue it to my frame. And I love how this turned out. I put it with some other accessories in my hallway and I just think it looks great. You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think of this. I know it's gonna be controversial, but let me know. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.